Most guys don't like talking about it. It's one of those things that makes you feel embarrassed or even ashamed. But here's the thing, struggling to keep an erection isn't just about what happens in the bedroom. It goes way deeper, messing with your self-esteem and the emotional bond you have with your partner. Every time things don't work out, the frustration builds up, and before you know it, you're feeling helpless. Over time, that frustration eats away at your confidence, creating a gap between you and your partner. What used to be a close, intimate relationship starts to feel distant, and in some cases, it can even put your marriage on shaky ground. The fear of failing again just makes it worse, leaving both of you feeling disconnected, misunderstood, and emotionally miles apart. But what if I told you there's a way to not only get back that firmness but also rediscover the pleasure without all the endless frustration? I know it might feel overwhelming right now, but no matter how tough it seems, there's hope. You don't have to stay stuck in this cycle of doubt and uncertainty. With the right approach, you can take back control of your body, boost your performance, and, maybe most importantly, rebuild that emotional and physical connection with your partner. It's a process that can change your life, and it doesn't have to be as complicated or scary as it might seem. This is one of those topics most men avoid, usually because they're afraid of being judged or feeling like they're the only ones going through it. But the truth is, this is something that affects millions of relationships every single day. When your body doesn't respond the way it used to, the impact goes way beyond just sex. It hits your self-esteem, your ability to connect with your partner, and even your overall happiness. The effects ripple through every part of your life, your confidence, your emotional health, and the health of your relationship. But here's the good news, the solution might be simpler than you think. In this video, we'll walk you through some effective methods that not only help restore your physical performance but also focus on rebuilding your emotional well-being and strengthening your relationship. Before we get into the details, make sure you've subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on more tips about health and sexual wellness. If you find this helpful, hit the like button so others can benefit too. And we'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment with a 1 if you think this topic is useful or a 0 if you feel there's room for improvement. Your feedback is super valuable and helps us create better content. The emotional toll of erection problems is something a lot of guys don't fully realize. For many men, not being able to maintain an erection doesn't just affect their sex life, it changes how they see themselves. A guy who used to feel confident, outgoing, and attractive might start pulling back. He might avoid physical contact, shut down emotionally, and feel less desirable. These emotional changes don't just affect him, they affect his partner too. Partners usually notice the shift in behavior but might not understand what's causing it. The lack of open communication builds an emotional wall, and over time, the bond between them starts to weaken. What was once a strong, intimate connection can start to fade away. A lot of the time, the problem isn't a lack of desire or interest, it's the fear of failing. That fear creates a mental block, turning every attempt into a huge challenge. Anxiety takes over, becoming this overwhelming force that makes it almost impossible to succeed. The more a guy tries to avoid the frustration of failing, the stronger that fear gets. It becomes a vicious cycle. The fear of not succeeding feeds the anxiety, which makes it even harder to take any steps forward. Over time, this self-doubt chips away at his confidence and self-esteem, and those feelings of inadequacy start to spill over into other areas of life. What started as one issue turns into a much bigger, more complicated problem, making it even harder to figure out how to move forward. This cycle of silence and anxiety can be really destructive. A guy who used to be in control of his life, making decisions with confidence, solving problems, and feeling on top of things, might suddenly feel paralyzed when it comes to his relationship or sexual difficulties. As the fear of failure grows, he might start avoiding intimacy altogether. He makes excuses, pulls away emotionally, and puts distance between himself and his partner. Small arguments that used to be no big deal start blowing up into bigger fights. The emotional connection weakens, and even everyday interactions become awkward and strained. What started as a physical issue quickly turns into an emotional and relational challenge, one that can shake even the strongest relationships. But here's the good news, erection problems don't have to be permanent or impossible to overcome. There are effective strategies out there to break the cycle and rekindle both the physical and emotional connection in your relationship. And it's not just about medications or quick fixes. There are proven, holistic approaches that can help you regain control, rebuild your confidence, and restore intimacy. These approaches tackle the issue on multiple levels, getting to the root of the problem instead of just treating the symptoms. Understanding the science behind erection problems is key. As men get older, their bodies go through natural changes that can affect sexual performance. One of the main factors is reduced blood flow due to the arteries becoming less elastic. When the arteries get stiffer, it's harder for blood to reach the penis, making it difficult to maintain an erection. Testosterone levels, which play a big role in sexual drive and responsiveness, also naturally decline with age. This drop in testosterone happens gradually, so slowly that most men don't even notice it until they start seeing changes in their sexual health. These shifts in the body happen over time and can lead to a lot of frustration and confusion. But by understanding these changes, men can take steps to regain their vitality and sense of well-being. One thing that often gets overlooked in sexual health is the role of the pelvic floor muscles. These muscles are crucial for both erections and ejaculation control, but like any other muscle in the body, they need attention and care. Over time, the pelvic floor muscles can weaken, especially if they're not working as well as they should or aren't being used enough. This weakening can make it harder to keep an erection, even when you're feeling turned on and everything else seems fine. These muscles are crucial because they help support the blood flow needed to maintain an erection. If they're not in good shape, it can lead to real difficulties in the bedroom. But it's not just about the physical side of things. Your mental state plays a huge role too. Stress, anxiety, and other emotional pressures can seriously mess with your ability to perform sexually. Your mind is a big part of sexual function, and when anxiety takes over, whether it's fear of failing, stress from work, or money worries, it releases stress hormones like cortisol into your body. These hormones can tighten your blood vessels, making it harder for blood to flow and, in turn, making it tougher to get or keep an erection. This mental pressure can create a vicious cycle. If you go into a sexual situation already worried about failing, you're way more likely to end up doing just that. What's even worse is the psychological toll it takes. Low self-esteem and the fear of rejection can make you avoid intimacy altogether, which only drives a bigger wedge between you and your partner. When intimacy starts to feel like something to dread, the bond between you two can start to fall apart, leading to frustration, confusion, and emotional distance. And here's the kicker, not talking about it only makes things worse. A lot of guys stay silent because they're ashamed or afraid of disappointing their partner. But keeping it to yourself usually backfires. Without an open conversation, misunderstandings grow, and your partner might start to feel unwanted or unattractive, while you feel more isolated and helpless. It's a toxic cycle that's hard to break. One of the best ways to break that cycle is through honest, open communication. Talking about these challenges with your partner, a doctor, or a counselor can take a huge weight off your shoulders and open the door to finding solutions. A lot of men worry that bringing it up will lead to embarrassment or judgment, but most of the time, partners are way more understanding and supportive than you'd expect. Having that conversation can help you both understand each other better, strengthen your emotional connection, and let you work together to tackle the issue. When it comes to practical solutions, there are plenty of options out there to improve erection quality and overall sexual performance. By focusing on targeted exercises, medical treatments, and lifestyle changes, you can regain both physical firmness and emotional confidence. These strategies can help you break free from the cycle of frustration and get back to a healthy, satisfying sex life. Let's take a look at some of the most effective options that have been proven to improve sexual health and performance. Medications are one of the most common and effective treatments for erectile dysfunction, ED. Drugs like Viagra and Cialis are designed to improve blood flow to the penis, making it easier to get and keep an erection when you're turned on. These meds work by boosting your body's natural response to sexual arousal, relaxing the smooth muscles in your blood vessels and improving circulation. But here's the thing, they don't create sexual desire, they just help your body respond to it. So while they can be a great tool for men with ED, they don't address the psychological or emotional factors that might be contributing to the problem. Another option to consider is hormone therapy, especially if your testosterone levels are low. Testosterone is a key hormone that affects your energy, libido, and overall sexual performance. As men age, it's normal for testosterone levels to drop, which can lead to symptoms like low sex drive, fatigue, and trouble getting or maintaining an erection. In cases like this, hormone replacement therapy, HRT, can be a game changer. By boosting your testosterone levels, HRT can help restore your energy, improve your libido, and enhance your sexual function, leading to better overall sexual health. Pelvic floor exercises are another effective, non-invasive way to improve erectile function. These muscles, which support a bunch of bodily functions, play a big role in maintaining an erection and controlling ejaculation. Strengthening them through targeted exercises, like Kegels, can help you regain better control over both. These exercises are simple to do and can deliver long-lasting results if you stick with them. Over time, strengthening your pelvic floor muscles can significantly boost your sexual performance, making this a highly recommended strategy for men looking to improve their sexual health naturally. For those who want to explore more advanced treatments, shockwave therapy has shown a lot of promise. This therapy uses low-intensity sound waves to stimulate the growth of new blood vessels in the penis, which can improve circulation and overall erectile function. It's non-invasive and has been effective for men who haven't had much luck with other treatments. While it usually takes multiple sessions to see results, it's considered a safe and effective option for many men dealing with erectile difficulties. Finally, don't underestimate the power of lifestyle changes. Regular exercise, for example, isn't just good for your heart, it also improves circulation and blood flow throughout your body, including to your genitals. Eating a balanced diet rich in vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats can support hormone production and overall health. And getting enough sleep is crucial for maintaining healthy hormone levels, including testosterone, and reducing stress that can mess with your sexual performance. Foods high in nitric oxide, like beets and watermelon, are especially good for erectile health because they help relax blood vessels, improving blood flow and leading to stronger, longer-lasting erections. Combining these approaches, whether it's medications, hormone therapy, exercises, shockwave therapy, or lifestyle changes, can make a huge difference in your ability to get and maintain an erection, as well as your overall sexual health and performance. Everyone's different, so a tailored combination of treatments is often the best way to address erectile dysfunction and boost your sexual well-being. Some specialists also suggest acupuncture as a treatment that can positively impact sexual health by improving circulation and reducing stress. Both blood flow and stress management are key to maintaining a healthy erection. Acupuncture, which involves inserting thin needles into specific points on the body, aims to stimulate energy flow and promote healing. When it comes to erectile dysfunction, ED, acupuncture might help by improving blood circulation to the pelvic area, something that's essential for achieving and maintaining an erection. On top of that, acupuncture has been shown to reduce stress and anxiety, which are major contributors to ED. Since stress and anxiety trigger the release of cortisol, a hormone that can mess with circulation and blood flow, acupuncture's ability to relax the body and calm the mind can be a valuable part of a comprehensive plan to improve sexual health. Now, let me tell you about a guy named Carlos, who went through a similar struggle. When Carlos first walked into my office, he was clearly uncomfortable. His body language was closed off, and he seemed hesitant to talk. At first, he thought his issues with erections were just due to stress or fatigue, common things a lot of men brush off as temporary. But as the weeks went by, the problem didn't go away. Carlos started pulling away from his wife, avoiding intimacy, and becoming emotionally distant. The silence between them grew, and the strong bond they once had began to weaken. The lack of communication and emotional connection only made things worse, but Carlos kept suffering in silence, unsure of how to take the first step. It wasn't until one day, after a lot of internal struggle, that Carlos finally found the courage to open up to his wife. That moment changed everything. To his surprise, his wife didn't respond with judgment or disappointment. She was understanding and supportive. Instead of pushing him away, she listened, showing him that she cared not just about his physical health but about their emotional and relational well-being too. Together, they decided to seek help, both individually and as a couple. They made lifestyle changes, like improving their diet, adding regular exercise, and finding ways to reduce stress. They also explored treatment options that worked for Carlos, including therapy, pelvic floor exercises, and medical treatments to address his circulation issues. Over time, Carlos didn't just regain his sexual confidence, he also found a renewed sense of emotional closeness with his wife. Their relationship grew deeper and more fulfilling as they faced the challenge together. The journey wasn't easy, but by taking action, opening up, and seeking help, Carlos transformed his life in ways he never thought possible. His story is proof of how important it is to address both the physical and emotional sides of sexual health, and how powerful communication can be in overcoming relationship struggles. The takeaway here is simple: don't suffer in silence. Erectile difficulties might feel like an impossible problem, but there are plenty of effective solutions out there. Whether it's improving circulation, boosting testosterone levels, strengthening pelvic muscles, reducing stress, or opening up to your partner, taking action can make all the difference. If you're dealing with these struggles, remember you're not alone. A lot of men face challenges with sexual health, but help is available. Seek out the right resources, talk openly with your partner, and take control of your well-being today. With the right approach, you can regain your confidence, improve your relationship, and create a more fulfilling life. It's important to remember that challenges, especially those related to health, often aren't as insurmountable as they seem. Whether it's physical health, emotional well-being, or relationships, taking that first step to seek help is crucial. A lot of us hesitate to talk about our struggles because of fear or pride, but by opening up and facing difficulties together with support, we can find solutions and restore our sense of competence and connection. Just like Carlos found strength in sharing his feelings with his wife, we can all find healing by communicating openly and seeking guidance. Life isn't about suffering in silence, it's about embracing the power of action, support, and change. Whether it's through medical treatment, lifestyle changes, or simply talking to someone you trust, there's always hope for improvement. Don't let fear or shame stop you from living your best life. Take control today, and remember, you don't have to face challenges alone. If you found this message helpful, please give it a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and pass it along to others who might benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Let's keep the conversation going.